Good afternoon, everyone. It's good to be with you. First of all, let me thank Ms. Stefanik and Mr. Gates for their work. I appreciate them. It is making a difference. So why are we here today? You know, I have prepared notes here, and I was going to read a speech. I'm not going to bother. Frankly, it's too long, and there's too many of us. But let me tell you the real deal. This is about politics, unfortunately. It's about left-wing politics. It's a tale of two presidents. A failed president, Joe Biden, failed on the borders, failed on the economy, failed on foreign policy, failed on what's going on in our cities and the decay, failed in every parameter and every barometer that you could use. He's a failed president. And then we had a successful president, President Trump. Look where we were 4 years ago. A strong economy, sealed borders, cities thriving and doing well in every measure you can use. But the left can't let that happen. And I'm not even going to say Democrats, because there are still some good Democrats out there, moderate ones, less and less, unfortunately. But the left wants you to look at the shiny object over here, what happened in January 6th. Because if you're not looking at that, you're looking at what's really happening. And when you look what really is happening, you're worried if you're an American, because you see that everything is going in the wrong direction. Look at the polls. Even when it is polls done by the New York Times or any other group, they will tell you that things aren't going well for this president. And then we speak about democracy. Who wanted to stop the democratic process? So first of all, you've heard from all my colleagues. It's absolutely true. President Trump made it clear over and over again he respects police and law enforcement, that he wanted it to be a peaceful process. He used those words, but somehow those words aren't on the stories that are about January 6th. But what the real deal here is, they say, well, other folks that hate President Trump or don't like Republicans will say they want to stop. The Republicans want to stop. President Trump wants to stop democracy in action. Who's stopping the primaries in their own primary election and not participating in them? You know their name? It's Joe Biden. Who's pushing people out of the party? Who's pushing them out? Joe Biden. Ask RFK what he thinks about the process, what he thinks about democracy. Ask the two other people, or ask Dean Phillips what he thinks. He wants to engage in a debate. They won't debate him. They won't debate him. And Dean Phillips is a liberal Democrat, but he just wants democracy to take place. Ladies and gentlemen, all I ask you to think about is what this is really about. It boils down to this. Trump didn't want violence. He doesn't want any of that. He wanted to let people know what the real deal is. Trump, successful. Biden, unsuccessful. So what do we got to look at? Man, they just want to keep talking about the past, and they want to talk about January 6th. It's a nothing burger. It's a non-starter compared to what we need to talk about, which is the future of this republic. I'd like to ask my good friend, Lauren Boebert, next. Congresswoman.
Thanks.